We were cutting there and everyone was like, take what you need to work from home for 2 weeks. We'll work remotely and then we'll be back. And obviously that turned into closer to 2 years. I was like sending Ramy like clips over like iMessage of like, is this what you meant? Because like we hadn't even fully figured out like Zoom screen sharing. Like it was a mess. I was working on season 2 of Ramy when the pandemic hit. And I remember everyone was in our offices. I'm a partner at a post house called Senior Post in Dumbo in Brooklyn. And so we were cutting there and everyone was like, take what you need to work from home for 2 weeks. We'll go work remotely and then we'll be back. And obviously that turned into closer to 2 years. But it really was crazy how quickly, everyone had to adjust to this remote workflow that you weren't really prepared for. And I was like sending Ramy like clips over like, iMessage of like, is this what you meant? Because like we hadn't even fully figured out like Zoom screen sharing. Like it was a mess. I'm surprised that we got through it. But it was also a lot of time spent, in those early days of like, okay, I added this sound effect to my drive. Here it is. Download it, put it here, and make sure it's mirrored. Like there was just so much kind of like organizational stuff that went into making sure all our drives were mirrored. And that was really, really frustrating. And then by the time I was cutting like the pilot for The Bear in season 1 of The Bear, things had already changed so much. And we use a program called Lucid that hosts all of our media basically in a cloud so that when we're working remotely, everyone has access to the same media. And then we use Adobe Productions to have like a shared project where you can see like, oh, this project is locked. It's basically, I think, Adobe trying to compete with Avid's like shared project structure. And it's worked great for us and is really awesome to be able to work from home, 2 days a week and then be like, okay, we're going to all come in and work in person on Wednesday. And it's not like you have to bring the drive or you have to worry about making sure the project file was, copied over. Everything is in the same, structure. And so you can just pick up where you left off. So it's worked really well for our team. And I personally love the ability to have both sides, have my cake and eat it too, where when I'm doing my editor's cut, I just want to be at home. I want to like, close the door and not have to interact with anyone and just zero in on the edit. But I love also the ability to like get lunch with the post team or obviously when the producers are back, sit with them and work in person. So I love kind of the hybrid approach. And so it's nice to be in Brooklyn where it's relatively easy to get to the studio, but also have, a suite at home where I feel like I can do my best work here as well.